Okay, so good day everyone. Again, my name is Ariel Olimpiada and I'm going to report about the quality management in software engineering. So our agenda for today's lecture is about, of course, introduction to software quality, dimension of software quality, quality assurance techniques, and metrics and measurement in quality management. And for the last agenda will be about conclusion about this lecture. First is, what is software quality management? When we say software quality management, it's a process of ensuring that the software products meet the required standards, fulfill the user expectation, and reduce development cycles through techniques like quality planning, quality control, and quality assurance. Well, in the hands of the software quality managers, each software undergoes a true cyclical process-based assessment before hitting the market, which is the software quality managers are champions in identifying and resolving the glitches, and of course ensuring the software functions as flawlessly or there's no problem for user side, and beyond just technical fitness, their role extend advocating for the embedding a cultural of product quality across the organization. So why is software quality management is important? So why is important? Because crafting software that meets the exceed end user quality standard is the goal of the software quality management. It is a strategic approach on balancing user expectation with necessary regulatory and development norms, and implementing software quality management will result in some very crucial benefits. What are the benefits? First is, of course, increased customer satisfaction, which is always the goal of the quality management to satisfy the customer by delivering software that meets or exceeds their expectation and focuses on their needs. You may improve the customer happiness, foster trust, and boost client retention by ensuring high quality software. And of course, the next benefit is will be cost saving or less cost, which is over time investing in quality management method can result in cost saving, early detection, and fixes decreased development problems, eliminate the expensive report, and reduce the needs for in-depth customer support or post-release maintenance. And the next benefits will be or battery efficiency, which is about the process entire standardization. It's about automation and of course continuous improvement are quality management techniques that can make software development procedures more effective. You may improve resources utilization and increase production by optimizing operation, lowering the manual work requirements, and eliminating waste or unnecessary things that will be not needed. And next benefits about improved reliability, which is about the quality management procedures standards and provide users with the value they expect. And for second to the last will be the mitigated risk, which is about the quality management help to reduce risks around the creation of use of the software. You can identify potential risk or early risk and take the necessary steps to reduce their impact on the project by performing risk assessment, which is, and we can use that before we create the software to make sure that we're creating a quality assurance procedures and monitoring the key metrics. And the last benefits will be continuous improvement, which is about quality management promote a culture of continuous development both side inside the development team and throughout the organization, you can find the place for improvements, spark innovation, and raise overall quality of your software by routinely reviewing the procedure and getting feedback and putting what learned into practices. And next is about, and we're going to introduce na into the mm, uh, into quality, into software quality, which is when we say software quality is the degree to which a software product meets the specified requirements and user expectation, like what I said earlier in the previous slides. And the importance of this is about ensuring the reliable efficiency, maintainability, and user satisfaction. So in software quality, we have a three focus areas, which is first is the meeting the functional requirements. So we already know that in a system or a software, we have a functional and non-functional requirements. So the first goal is about the functional requirements. Then next is minimizing the attacks and vulnerability, which is about the security then to make sure it is processed well or it works well and it has a security. And of course, the enhanced user experience and performance, which is it will go on the user satisfaction or the user centered based design. And next is about dimension of software quality. So here we have a six uh six dimension of software quality. First is the functionality, which is about the accuracy and sustainability or suitability of the software. So example natin is we have a calculator map must return to correct arithmetic result for all valid inputs. So ano ba, we input 1 plus 1, so it will show the right answer which is equals to 2. Then next natin is we have reliability, which is ability to perform under specific condition for a defined time. So, example natin dito is to have an e-commerce website remaining operational during Black Friday sales. So, it makes sure that the system will be work on that day or during that day. Then next natin is the usability, which is ease of use and learning for user, which is example natin dito is yung mga delivering app like Foodpanda or something. So for delivering app with intuitive navigation and clear order tracking. So as we all know, the Foodpanda is easy to use, similar like or is something like that. Then next is the efficiency, which is optimal use of resources like CPU, memory, and the bandwidth. And of course, kasama din dyan, or it includes the storage. And for this part, so example natin is about a video streaming platform that streams HD content without buffering on standard bandwidth. And for second to last, we have a maintainability, which is ease of updates and modification if there's something needed to updates like in other software like in a games or daily application use or social media platform applications. So for example dito is we have a ACMS or content management system, which is allowing the developers to add new features without breaking existing ones. So example natin dito is we have the banking application like in e-wallets or like Gcash, Paymaya, PayPal or something like that. Or we have Landbank, Probank, and China Bank. And we have different types or example. Then next dimension of software quality is the portability, which is the ability to adapt to the different environments, which is example natin dito is we already know that we have the different operating system and different devices that we use. So one of the best dimension software or the best features that the software may have is adaptability, which is it can be used to the different devices like mobile to tablet to personal device or to other different devices to make sure that it is easy to use for user side. And next is about the quality assurance techniques, which is we have a different techniques. Here we have a unit testing, which is verify individual components or mesh or modules, which is about example natin is about testing a login module to validate input and output correctness or to check if it is working properly or it worked well based on the description of the system. The next is the integration testing, which is about test the interaction between the integrated units or it's about ensuring the payment gateway integrates seamless with an e-commerce platform. So example natin, we have eShopee application or TikTok something. So we have the test or we have to apply the integration testing to make sure that the process of payment is properly working properly to make sure that the application or our company will won't have a problem in future. And next is the system testing, which is a validating or about validate the complete and integrated system or overall system testing, which is in this part we're going to running end-to-end tests on a travel bookings application. So we're going to test each functions or modules of the system to make sure it is work properly or it is good. And next is the acceptance testing, which is about the ensuring software meets business needs or uh, ensure that the software or the system is fulfill and align with the user expectation and goal, and of course the organizational goal. And next natin is we have a quality assurance uh, uh, techniques again, which is inspection and reviews naman. For this part, so we have a code reviews, peer reviews, and walkthroughs. So for code reviews, so we just need to examine the source code for error and adherence to standards, which is we need to test the codes if it's good or sakto siya sa standards. And example nito is we're going to review code to ensure it follows security best practices like indents, if that is good or bad. Then the review is about collaborative assessment for design or requirements. So the example of this is about team review of the system architecture, diagrams, and implementation or before implementation to make sure that the project is aligned well and it is a objective before it make an implementation. Then the walkthrough is about step-by-step review to identify error early, which is the example of this is when the team will be discussing workflows for a customer support ticketing system to ensure that all scenarios are covered. So the real scenario for this example, we have a problem in GCash. Each problem will be ticketing or it will be queuing, which is each customer has a queue number or ticket number, and the developer side will be address each number based on the first come first serve process or based on algorithm that they use. Then next part is about or next technique is about automated tools. So we can use the tools like Selenium, JUnit, a Jenkins for continuous testing and quality checks. So we can use that automated tools to automating regression testing for a web application with Selenium and JUnit for other engine Jenkins for other testing automated tools. And next natin is we have a metrics and measurement in quality management. So we have, I think we have a three or, ayan. So we have a three metrics or three types of metrics. And the first one is the product metrics, which is about defect density, which is the number of defects per unit size. And for this one is example natin, we have a project with 5 defects in 1,000 lines of code has a detect density of 0.5. So we need to check that part. And the next one is the code coverage, which is the percentage of code executed during testing. So in this part, so example natin, we have a 90% code coverage indicate the most of code is tested. So even if it is 90%, we need to test it in 100%. Then next natin is we have a process metrics, which is about cycle time. And when we say cycle time, it's about time taken to complete a process. And the example of this is about measuring the time of from feature development to deployment, which is it is include in the part of timelines or times tool. We can use the Gantt chart for monitoring about that. And next about process metrics about detect removal efficiency or DRE, which is a percentage of detect bounce and fix before release. So example natin is if 100 defects were introduced and 90 were fixed before release, the DRE is 90%. But before it release, of course, we need to make sure it is 100%. Then next metrics is a project metrics, which is about cost variance and schedule variance. For cost variance is about difference between the budget and actual cost. The example of the cost variance is we have a project budget of 50,000 and but the cost is 55,000. So the cost variance will be the 5,000 or the difference. Then schedule variance is about difference between the plan and actual timeline. So example dito is we have a sprint plan for 10 days but completed in 12 days. A schedule variance plus 2 days or it will be the overtime or other payment or additional time for improvement. Then next natin, so we're going to proceed about the conclusion, which is when we say software quality ensure it about ensure alignment with user needs and technical standards. And when we say quality assurance, it's about employee testing, inspection, and tools for better outcomes. And for metric helps monitor and improve software processes. So for the other question, you may leave a message for me to answer that. And that's all for this lecture or for this report. Thank you.